Okay, well, we're survived the trip to Florida. Went 0-2. It was a really good tournament. There were some good teams. The two teams that we played, Davenport is certainly one of the top, probably 5 or 6 teams in the country. And then we played Shawnee State after that, and they're an NAIA Division I, and another very good basketball team. We were a little disappointed with how we played against Davenport. We were very impatient. The first time that we've gone against some pretty good pressure and didn't respond to it very well. When we ran our stuff, we got good things, but we just were way too impatient and shot way too early in possessions. Even with as bad as we played, we had a stretch in the second half where we had 6 straight stops and could have got it down to where it was a manageable number, and just did not finish off some possessions offensively. So a little disappointed in that one. Came back the next night against Shawnee State and played much better. We played without our point guard. Jeff Bush had we had a bit of a small auto accident, and Jeff got a concussion, so was not able to play. We played a really good team without our point guard, and it ended up a 2-point game. We just didn't have quite enough to win that one. Freshman point guard Joel Spear came in and started that game and did a very nice job outside of the first 3 possessions, which he had turnovers on. After that, he played very well, and we got to where we were running our stuff a little bit more and looked more like the team that we looked like in practice. So we made some progress there that game. We were also missing Matt Carpenter on that one. He had hurt his hip the night before. This week coming, we've got 2 schools over at the Klamath Falls tournament at OIT. We open up with Holy Names at 3 o'clock on Friday. Don't know a lot about them, just getting a film in, and they played a couple exhibition games. They played against an Afghanistan national team, and then they played against the University of the Pacific, and then struggled in that one. They also have some injury problems right now. They had 2 or 3 kids out. So I don't know that we're going to know a whole lot about them before we play them. If they're like they have been in the past, they'll be very quick. They're not a very big group of guys, but they'll be quick and pretty athletic, and they'll give us some trouble that way. We'll have some mismatches at both ends. I think they'll have to guard some size, and we'll have to guard some speed. But we're more concerned actually with what we're doing now as opposed to them. Second night will be William Jessup, who has already played 2 or 3 of teams in our league. They played OIT, they played Northwest Christian, I believe, and they played Northwest. And a couple of those have been pretty good games. They're pretty brand new. They returned a couple kids from last year, but an awful lot of new players. We haven't gotten into the film breakdown on them just quite yet. I have watched them in 1 game. They're a pretty good defensive team. They're running the same kind of stuff they've run in the past, and so we'll have a little time to figure them out. The biggest thing is that we want to take some strides ahead. We did not play well offensively last week. And actually in all 4 games have not really played to what we think we can play offensively. So our emphasis through the week is going to be to share the ball a little bit more and have a little bit more patience on the offensive end. And defensively, we're trying to mix in 2 or 3 different types of defenses, and we'll continue mixing those in and getting those ready for conference play. Hopefully we can rebound. It'll be our shortest trip of the year so far. We're just going over the hill to Klamath, so that the travel shouldn't be as big a factor. Hopefully we'll get back on track a little bit and get more ready for what's going to happen next week when we have 3 big games.